This player has unveiled the truth about the Oklahoma City Thunder and how far that they can go and the potential this team has right now with only 4 games left in the season, along with 2 key players coming back for the Thunder off of the injury list. Before we get into all this, don't forget to hit subscribe. As you can see here, only 92.8%. I'm going to round this up to 93 for you guys so you can understand a little bit better. 93% of you guys are not subscribed. What are you doing? Hit that subscribe button. It shows how much you support us and everything and how much this channel means to you Thunder fans out there. So just go ahead, hit that subscribe button. It's the best way you can go about supporting this channel and everything. So just go ahead and hit that button. Now we'll get into it. There was recently a Thunder player that had an interview with Shams, who has been a key player for this team and everything and is a Rookie of the Year candidate. I'm talking about Chet Holmgren and his interview with Shams. It was a great interview. I'm going to be honest. I watched a little bit of it. I didn't watch the whole thing, but I watched some key clips about that and everything. And someone was talking about how young this Thunder team is and how people are saying this Thunder team can't do much because of how young they are. And then, some other stuff along with it about how Chet Holmgren, how's he going to play off this injury and everything? SGA can't do it by himself. Who's going to step up? We have J-Dub stepping up and everything. We have those 2 players we'll talk about later and everything in this video. But we're going to talk about Chet and his interview with Shams and how he's been playing on this season. That's the meat and potatoes that we're going to talk about for this video. Now, with Chet and everything, here's something that he said. Chet Holmgren on the Thunder getting labeled too young. I feel like there's never been a team that has had success who's never had a narrative around them. I guess that's the narrative that we picked up. It's on us to prove them wrong. And so Chet, like we said and everything, that's the narrative that he said we need to prove wrong and everything, that we're too young, that a team like this who, J-Dub, our second best scoring option and everything, who's only in his 2nd year in the league, Chet Holmgren, his rookie year, who's our 3rd best option, and then Josh Giddey, who's our 3rd or 4th best option, his 3rd year in the league and everything. It's one of those things where it's like, maybe we are too young. Maybe we haven't done enough and everything. Maybe we are too young. And Chet Holmgren has said, we're going to prove everyone wrong, that we're going to beat this narrative. And he said every team's had this narrative. The Miami Heat, they kind of had that narrative in 2012 when they beat the Thunder in the playoffs and everything. In the finals, they had this narrative of, they aren't, they haven't been playing together enough yet. And so they're trying to beat this narrative and whatnot. And they also have some other narratives to beat and everything. As you can see here, Oklahoma City rookie Chet Holmgren sits down at stadium. If you don't come into the training camp on day 1 with the mindset of doing everything toward winning a championship, you don't end up in the Thunder organization. On too young label, Wimby, SGA, and more. And this was the video that was circling around a little bit and everything. And so, like Chet said and everything, this team has the mindset and expectations that they're going to win the whole thing. They are going to bring a ring to Oklahoma City and to the Thunder organization, the state of Oklahoma. And they have this mindset where they are better than everyone. They have that, and he mentioned it in the mindset with the training camp and everything. If you don't think that you're better than everyone and you're not going to bring success, you're not going to have a spot on this team. And that's what led to everyone being on this team now as of late, coming in the playoffs and everything while we're trying to figure out our rotation and have it set with only a few games left. And so the Thunder are having that mindset and everything. And then Chet Holmgren as well, having a great year, 16.6 points per game. These are his stats right now. 7.9 rebounds, 2.5 assists on 52.7% field goal percentage. That's 30th in the league. Points per game, he's 65th. Rebounds, 29th. And assists, 115th. That's not a great number, but he is a center. So what do you expect from him to move the ball around wise and whatnot? And so it's one of those things where, like, of course, hey, Chet's not going to get assists, but he's having a great rookie year. That's just kind of being overshadowed by Victor Wembanyama. And so he's having a great year. The Thunder in general are having a great year. And when you look at all these players, such as Chet Holmgren, Josh Giddey, J-Dub, SGA, even some of our bench players, such as Isaiah Joe, Aaron Wiggins, and Cason Wallace, along with Jalen Williams, the other one, J-Will, they're all having good years. They're all having solid years coming off the bench and everything. And Chet kind of brings that up in his interview. If you want to go watch the whole thing, it was with Shams and everything. You just look up Shams and everything on Twitter, Instagram, whatever, and you'll be able to find the interview if you want to watch the whole thing. But he talks about how we're going to beat this label as we're too young of a team and how there is some other players overshadowing the team because we're not really a big-name city. And being honest, we aren't. We're not. Oklahoma City is not a big name city. It's not in New York. It's not Los Angeles. It's not Atlanta. It's not in Miami. It's none of those guys. It's not a Boston. And so, but keeps on bringing up how everyone's kind of overlooking us because we're so talented and so young, and we're going to break some narratives with that. This is also leading into the second topic here. SGA and J-Dub are finally back. Huge news for the Thunder. With only 4 games left in the season, all of them being at home, and a 3-game losing streak, the first 3-game losing streak the Thunder have ever had in this season. They haven't lost more than 2 games in a row so far this year, until finally when they were both out with injury, trying to rust them up and everything. And so now it's going to be kind of looking back and seeing if we can get into it. As you can see here, sorry, I kept pressing the wrong button there. Beat writer for the Thunder, Brandon, wrote that out and everything. Jalen Williams is back. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is back. OKC is back home tonight. And so 2 of our key players back for a home game and everything. First game back. It's a huge game against the Kings. It's kind of like if we win, we secure a top 3 spot. We can still have the 1 seed. It's not out of reach yet. We can have a 2 seed. That's very not out of reach yet. We can easily acquire that in 2 games. But having them back now is huge for the Thunder because it kind of helps us with this momentum, gets them a few games before the playoffs so they can get back into their rhythm and groove of things and whatnot. And so it's huge for this Thunder team right now. As you can see right now, sorry, I keep clicking on the wrong buttons today. I'm sorry. I'm going to figure that out. I'm going to figure it out. I need to reset my buttons and everything. But you see here this 3-game losing streak. That is without J-Dub and SGA against the Sixers, Celtics, and Pacers. We beat the Hornets, but now we have 4 games left. 1 against the Kings, which we should win against. 1 against the Spurs, which we also should very handily win against without SGA or J-Dub. The Bucks, which is going to be a tough game. And the Mavericks, a team we could potentially see in the finals. And so we'll see how this goes and everything with these 4 games left at home. At home, that helps out. The atmosphere is great. You know, the energy is great. It definitely helps out the players playing in that area and scenario at home with a top 3 spot on the line. And so we'll see how we play and everything. But mainly it's to see SGA and J-Dub get back into the groove of things. And that's the big thing with them. That is the big thing, as I don't know why I clicked that. I have a button. I need to figure out my hotkeys. I'm sorry. I'm going to figure it out. I promise. But with those games left in the season, it is huge. I think it's this one. I don't know. I have a button here. I totally forgot what it was. I totally forgot. You guys, surely forgive me. Okay, guys, forgive me. Sometimes that happens, all right? Sometimes I know I have another thing to bring up here and everything. But the big thing, as you guys know, SGA and J-Dub back for the final few games of the season. Chet Holmgren kind of hyping up this team and everything, saying we're going to break expectations. Like he said on Shams and everything. Oh, people are labeling us as too young. It's not quite our time yet and everything. He keeps on saying we're going to break this expectation because every championship team has this and everything. And he pretty much said that we're expecting to win the finals. That's what he said. He said that's the end goal for this team at the moment. And so keep your eyes out, playoff time and everything, along with SGA and J-Dub being back, finally getting the groove of things and everything. This Kings game can really tell a lot about how they're going to play, but it's also going to be interesting how they play against some playoff teams as well, such as such as the Bucks and the Mavericks. Sorry, I had the wrong Texas team in there as well, but as you can see, it's going to be kind of interesting to see how they play against those teams, but that's all I got for Thunder Digest. Once again, if you're not subscribed, 93% of you guys are not subscribed to this channel. If you love the content, you love what we do here at Thunder Digest, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It means the world to us here at Digest Media. Go ahead and hit it. But that's all I got for this video. I'll see you guys in the next one, and take care. And hey, Thunder up, baby.